Welcome to PCG Grace Congregation Community 11 Tema. We are 38 years, and today I have with me wonderful young men in the studio. I don't want to talk much. They will do the rest of the talking. So please, I want to know your name, and even my people want to know. You're too serious. I said, why you're too serious? That is the energy I want.
Oh, but everybody knows me, Charlie.
Everybody knows you.
Yeah.
I don't know you.
Okay, fine. My name is Victor Ofori Apianyu Jr. Yeah, and I'm a member of this congregation. I'm as old as this church, actually.
Hey.
Yes.
Emphasis, I'm as old as this church.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay,
Boss.
So outside, most people call me Kate. Others also know me as NLs, but the full name is NLs Bertram Kate Kateno. Yes.
That's the inside name. You said outside.
You see, the other frame be a major so.
And the for Kate.
And I'm also sorry to say I say age mates.
Yeah.
Sorry, your age mates.
No, yeah. To age mates, I don't know.
Nice. Mo wasori mo ache na mususha na mo say asori ye mo mate dia mo ni asori na esa. Intino, how has it been so far? The experience, being in the church, has it shaped you in any way?
You want to take it?
No, go ahead.
All right, Intino. I'll say that I remember the church in so many ways. From time I was Patanasi with Chihono. Funny enough, at that time the church looked very huge, very big. You know, as a man for. In fact, before I've been and say free one end to the other, no, as a young person, you know. So it used to be very big for us. Patanasi so now, you know, but we went through that, and Mekai even Jewa Krechina Emiti or maybe a presec for more buildings, one of the buildings of the park. No? Then I remember Brigade, for instance, has no not roof being here until we used to have beginning meetings over here in the open. You know, it's been fun, and we've seen changing faces. You know, how the church has grown, and God has given us a steady growth. Yeah. And I remember a lot of people that we used to have back then, like our friends, our colleagues, and all that. A lot of them have left one way or the other through either marriage or, you know, according to be, and I say, you may be near idea, you know. So personally, with our age group, you know, most of them are out.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think it's been good. We've seen new faces who have also added something new to the church today.
True. Okay, I said those days now. So a Jew children service a divided guy and three class now. Yeah, our careers and penifona be sorry no issue because we have to leave for them to come and occupy and have church service.
Exactly.
Okay.
I say now you share the same space, but truly sorry we movie bar come to 12. Sorry we hanom na benya down for.
Okay.
Yeah, Victor's like this, and many me to school, but I didn't have friends in the neighborhood nowhere. So time I'm about sorry, Hannah. So maybe a brigade, maybe you know, like I got to meet more people. So what school kind of said that I'm in school, and you come here, and the truth is that most people were in the government school, but the way I training, you know. We never look down on anyone.
Yeah.
See,
you never see a difference.
Yeah, you never see a difference. When we are in government schools,
That's when you come to church.
To church. The same friends are in any movie. So it brought us to that level. We're always humble.
Funny enough, you know, I never really saw I didn't even know mom side too, and I'd be like.
I didn't sorry,
I didn't really. You mean yeah? Sana me say sana me school na me ko ene papa.
Bobo school be dim kra me mpene kra.
They are all good schools.
Yeah. Exactly. So being in this church has shaped you. Your understanding, how you view the world, how you relate to people, and on individual levels. What taking leadership roles? We are president of. You're president of them.
Currently, I'm JY.
But so why YPG?
YPG, yes.
Why YPG serve this way? Why this how we GY leader. Pacho Unsoe.
So yeah, so JY. So JY so Mekoya could you district as district organizer. And I currently mayor YPGA. Yeah, president. Yes.
Okay. So rising through the ranks of the church, how has it been? Because Mufi J children's service, as you said, children's service, my JY, YPG, YAV, and now my be taking positions. First, you were watching the leaders from afar, but now you are the leaders. How has it been?
It's been a good journey, and it's really shaped us a lot. And I'll say, Hano, this church is one church, unless of course you want to be lazy, but it gets you to work.
Okay.
All those who are committed, I don't know whether I'm speaking because I was committed or anything, but I think we compare me to other churches, like people from other churches, sometimes the charismatic idea. I realize that over the years, I've gained so much that even helps me in my business and everything, and we learn how to serve. Okay, we learn how to serve right from children's service, from JY to YPG and all that. We learn how to be obedient. Because those times, Ma Morgan, JY back then is not JY today. Come on, I mean, you can't to me maybe and you are very, very strict and almost so they'll tell you things right in your face. That discipline is there. To background check on.
Check you once and we do her.
Exactly. Yes, I remember we building whole round. In fact, the park, so now we park in whole rounds. So it taught us how to be obedient, how to serve, and all this foundation also, and more importantly, it taught us Christ. A lot of the Bible stories, it built us. And climbing up, leaders and so on, they make it quite attractive. How they serve, how they try to get the groups active in the idea. And you also yearn to also take up that kind of leadership position. So we have the likes of Kwame Boateng, Richard Kankam, Sawedad. I mean, a whole lot of people who are ahead of us. In terms of YPG, right? We yearned to also take up such positions. And picking up those positions also helped us shape us in terms of how to work as a team, how to lead people, how to read people's mind. It's psychology now. The psychology,
PCG psychology.
Exactly. Yes. And all that. And personally, going through the various, being a YPG president locally and district, it taught me how powerful prayer is. Because sometimes over meeting, I have a discussion, maybe a general meeting, anytime I commit serious prayers into the discussion I'm going to have, the meeting goes very, very smooth. Days where, let's say, I forget to pray, or I just take it for granted. But naturally, idea, issues, everybody is trying to be controversial idea. But it taught me, when you pray as a leader, prayer really works, and God directs you as a leader. Anytime I take up the leadership position anew, I ask for the vision of God, and God truly gives it to me, and it helps me make a difference.
Sure. When it comes to serving the church, one thing I know I did very well with was, say, your baby CC, sorry. Was not your buy any penny for maybe I near my Ibiana. So
I think it was coming because of the food.
Well, if that was the case, but it was a good motivation.
Yeah.
Me banner did my name because any penny phone at that point on only in penny phone I needed children's service JY boy now what banner YPG penny phone only entertain it's good because a building relationship. And I learned that then. So eventually, a baby crying. Victor can even testify. I single-handedly will come here and clean the place.
Okay.
The whole church.
Okay.
Mako JY, Mako cleaning her. Children's service, Mako cleaning her. Then I'll still come to church. Okay. And there are days I even come before people.
After the long cleaning.
Yeah, my baby crying still. Now Osha, you senior Osha back when we do that. But we know cook a so later.
Yeah.
But and I also didn't want people to know that this was why I was coming in late. NBCC, I was hiding that fact.
Yeah.
But I know God really blessed me because of that.
I was watching.
I'm getting now is because of that thing I did. It's just unfortunate, said now I've moved a bit further away from the church. But I just enjoyed coming here to come and clean work every Sunday before service.
Okay.
It shaped me. Just the small things.
I think sometimes when you're doing some of these things, we don't look at the back effect it has on us. Yeah, because be and sometimes will be sorry, I mean could be because will be alcohol. But I genuinely think that say oh ba sorry ha na wo ya de na wo yi wa kumem na wo ya. Wonya nhyira bebree film because fiti JY first obeba nko abe prasa. I didn't this one if I say they will beat me. When I wanted to choose schools, I didn't choose Presec because I was like, I'm about school, I'm over here, sorry, things are at the bad day.
Yeah.
When you come, no more you so Sadex now, Makata, so no baby, no na rubber baby.
Yeah.
So I didn't like the school. But I like the fact that I'll come alone and come and clean. So I can actually side with you on that. Until looking at, you said something, looking back at the leaders that you had then and the leadership now, what's the difference? Mind you, the nkola sisi ano so asesa. First, no ba, ni yeka se kwa sorry dan no whole rounder. You go wholeheartedly, and the next Sunday you come to church. Do we still have? Look at this, man. Do we still have such motivation? Like maybe sorry, do we still have it as a leader of GY, where you handle a lot of teens who are now growing and they are changing, and so attitude need soon. Omoba, how do you see the children now and how you were growing up?
What I'll put in this way is that back then, that parents supported leaders now.
Okay.
So when it comes to this kind of things now, they were in it fully. Me Kai said it drew even brigade time. My mom and dad would tell me that 15 minutes to time.
That's true.
Because they understood why I have to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying things have changed so much. Maybe a parent will have a reason why a person keeping about honor and also. But all I'm saying is that back then there was a balance that once you know that the parents are supporting what the leaders are doing, the leader has more authority to give you a punishment or something. You know, back then also we're not competing with a lot of things. Who fear TV back when I let me say GTV.
Yeah.
Later the Metro TV need to be by. Now TV, you know, we need a chance and share. If you're there, but sorry, I want to your friends. They be forced to come. So we even made the work easier for the leaders. So being a leader back then was fun.
Okay.
It was more enjoyable to be a leader than now.
Okay.
Sisi nipa no pa.
No ba.
Ndi ukokasa bebre so already support ka wunya. Member be edim, but there was a time na ye games as a district organizer. Na JY ye games, and I had to call parents to let them know, so we will need your teenagers around. My friend, mommy be. So my band you see the exams. Masa, when I disturb it, my baby.
Oh.
You know, I ended the call. I didn't make any other call again. It's a minute serious. Maybe for one or two, that was it.
Yeah.
I didn't call anyone again. And oh yeah, because that stage we've all been there.
It's true.
We knew how to balance coming to church, playing in church, and going back to our books. Young failing Victor, we all passed.
Yeah.
We did the same thing, we passed. So that's the thing. The support that the parents give to the leaders made a very, very big difference.
But now when you get to as soon as you enter JHS 3, every church activity ceases. So the only thing you can do is just the Sunday service. Any other service, they say, oh, yeah. So what, as leaders of young people, what do you do to encourage them? Right now, we need to bridge the gap between parents and the church. As a leader, you want them to come. The parents are also saying that stay back. I remember I saw a boy and said, "Oh, I don't see you at meetings." And the mother said, "Hmm, and here is you. Why you busy?" And the child was standing behind the mother and was doing like this.
What? What?
So we got it,
Yeah.
and then realized that we will not have the conversation again. Maybe she has decided that on baby. So as the church, as a leader in the church, what are you doing to bridge this gap? We want the children to come. Their parents are saying something else. How are we going to get the children here at the same time, making sure they are serious with their books?
So I had one child like that, JY, just recently. Right. I think a year or two ago, when we said na ho keka e JY or fem kakra, you know. Or by JY na or the boy fool, he was frowning and all that. So I got closer to him and I started mentoring him,
Okay.
you know. And he changed. He became way, way better. He became very, very active. Ebedu baby no afi ne mame. Oni auntie no anything no. Say oba sorry on auntie dodo. Nti from now on he shouldn't take any position again.
Oh.
You know. At first miyaka krabat. You see, sometimes you don't know where they are speaking from,
Yes.
you know. So I did an old trick. I say, bring your enemies closer. And when I say enemies, I don't mean in a bad way,
Yes.
like, in quotes. So I rather go closer to the auntie. And now we are very good friends, the
Okay.
auntie and I,
Okay.
to the sense say, Akolani we BC, or Mame Eba, she asked him to come to me for intention so I can, you know,
Mentor.
watch over him, mentor him,
Okay.
and all that. Yeah. So that is one thing. We getting closer to the parent, you know, and showing them outside. You know, once we befriend them, they know that we are not enemies.
Yeah.
They know that we are in for their good.
Mm.
Especially when they speak, we also understand and we are able to empathize with them. Okay. And so that is what we need to do, getting closer to the parents. I know it won't be difficult. I mean, it won't be easy, quite difficult, but I think it's a good step, or it's a step in a good direction, you know. And so both the leaders and the parents become team members or team players, you know, in mentoring or in this leadership role as a church. Yeah.
Okay. So let's now go back, comparing now and back then. Do you think how we worship as younger people or as young people has it changed? Because when I was in JY, I remember yeah, Tonjoma. Some of the people had phones then.
Yeah.
I didn't have phone. I feel did. Like I was excited about coming to church.
Yeah.
Into me bedu hanom baby me shame. Then we had people who would also be strictly on their phones and not contribute. Sometimes I remember Sister Josephine will have to come around and say, even yourself,
Yeah.
you have to come around and say, sorry now, so bon,
Mhm.
So has it changed? How we worship now and then?
Yeah.
Has it changed?
I'll still
And how best, because we are in all this conversation, we are preserving our legacy.
Yeah.
What are we leaving behind? If has it changed drastically, and what are we going to do about it? Because meaning say in Kolano, Teteno, no more different. Yenina, I was in JY will come, but now I know that in Yamama. So how best are we going to solve this so that moving forward, omo mudi yechi no, ebeba because oh, then along the line they can all decide not to come to church, right?
Yeah.
Because in Yamasa,
Yeah.
by year war, basrimu.
Yeah.
And we are holding on to this legacy. So how are we going to preserve it?
So still go back to what Kate was saying, right? From the parents' point of view, okay. Titino, I mean, your father or your mother would even drive you, probably in a car, or sack you to come to brigade, you know, to come to church and all that. We are living in a world where there are so many things competing with us, so many things. Those times, the only thing I was competing was a chiffon. That's the only time.
The time and also the
Charlie,
before 9 o'clock. There's so you feel
Charlie. That's the only time you want to run away from church. But apart from that,
Okay.
you always wanted to be in church. Make I YPG time that I was doing freelance, I wasn't employed, I was doing my own thing. Between my time, sorry, during the week, now major cry like a control room, so I don't know, you know, but now I don't have the time. A lot of things are competing. Programs are competing. Mekai, when you mentioned about the calls you made to a parent, Mekai, just recently, you called Bible quiz. This gentleman is part of the Bible quiz team. This boy, my friend, no, on a Saturday morning, I only say, maybe we just came from Obo, so it be all night. Abra. So I asked her, say, does your mom know, say, you are on a team, like you are going for a Bible? So I say yes.
Wow.
So I was a bit disappointed. Say, when you saw about Bible quiz, he needs to get enough rest and that. And so my mom I'm checking if I should go or not. So there are too many things competing, right? We have parents now also quite busy with work and all that, and so that kind of that level of supervision is a bit flawed, kakra. And we need to adopt new strategies, new ways of doing things, especially with bringing the parents' minds back to the children and back to the effect of what's happened. And so, because of that, JY, yeah, fan say every JY week be a meeting where we have one-on-one with parents, and it's been helping. We've run it like for 2-3 years now.
Bring your mother to JY.
Yeah, so we have a session where we actually separate the parents from the kids. Where this year, for instance, I think Katene Genevieve took the kids to social media and the effect and everything. We also had a resource, a very, very good resource person speaking to the parents at the session hall. And Utumu say, Kakrana and Bayano, they were really, really enlightened.
Yeah.
That today's world in Kolano Mohono Chale, we can't just, let them go like that. I mean, talked about alcohol, drug abuse, near the symptoms and all that. We opened their eyes to a lot of things that they didn't know. And I think it is a good step because now it begins to bring the parents' attention to certain things. It's something that will be continuing.
Okay.
So having programs last 2 Sundays or so, we had a resource person coming to JY to come and talk about drugs. And I remember one JY leader. Nakoba in Painful, sorry. But resource person also Casano also Nebao as also Nebao young sir. Obo 1 or 2 things or what's nice. In Painful, and he stayed and he listened, and I could see the impact. He was so happy. And we need to extend that thing, where we are actually educating and engaging the parents more. And I think that'll be the best, because truly, to me, will be back in just one day out of all the 7 days. Sunday per ba, Okofia, what engagement? In fact, of course, he spends more time in school. So it's a whole, and you see, it's the parents who even take them to kind of the kind of school that will give them that kind of socialization. So it still comes also to parenting. Into the plan. I mean, the idea is to get the parents involved, let them know what is up, and we work as a team.
That's great. So the church is 38 years. Munyina mudi birthday boom. Muni asori di birthday. Just say then I no your birthday meet.
Oh yeah.
Inti assemble and I'm catch the younger generation mudi omonim about keeping their faith and then keeping the Presby legacy alive. Assemble number catchom.
Okay, so what I would say is that if for nothing at all, I'm gonna share your life. I think 38-year-olds, I'm gonna share that those but they should just have a look at our life. We have been through almost all the spaces in the church, any group.
Aka Men's Fellowship,
and
Women's Fellowship,
ladies, but data collection entry, we were there. Media team, we were there.
Brigade,
we were there. So we've done our best to pass through everything, and every time we go there, we learn something. Through our lives in there, we've dedicated our time, most of our time, to church activities. It is so and you admire from afar. This is the reason. We are mostly friendly. I don't think there's anyone amongst our group that is not friendly. We are very friendly. We are approachable. you will see us and then you think that, guy, we are there. But it's all because of how people received us in the
Yeah.
church. Yes. Some people were fortunate, like Victor. He had most of the family in the church. It's not already connections, no. But some of us, we came, we had to build our own link.
From scratch.
Yes. It's because of what I was doing in the church. Not because maybe my dad was a catechist, my mom was a elder or something. It's just because of what I was doing in the church. So if you want to get to our level, now we are leaders for various generational groups. This is the secret.
Okay.
Dedicate your time to Christ. Dedicate your time to your church. Associate yourself with people. Build networks. And you're there.
I think before you come in, I would want to say something. Even though he had already gotten the foundation because Nimusu and Foyina pressed before, I think he has actually worked greatly
Oh, yeah.
towards his leadership today.
Mhm.
Even though your parents maybe you have this thing here in this church where oh mommy, oh where your mommy. That's when people want to associate themselves with you. But I think that when it comes to Victor, from the word go, he has actually worked
Yeah.
from JY Children's Service
To district.
being to district, being here, being recognized at the district level. It means he is doing something great. Pachoti I say, and you'll be Anna, Nima Mewaha, ye nim ni dimpo. But I think you've done well for yourself. So please, your last word.
So, with all you just said, right?
Mm.
I really, really miss those days. Days where Utmiba, sorry, you can spend all your time here, do a lot, you know. I remember I think every Tuesday or Wednesday was, for me, like that whole day was programmed for YPG because it's Tuesday before the Sunday meeting. That day I dedicate for YPG stuff.
Okay.
And if there are some things I need to catch up on, I do that, you know. But now, Charlie, nature has taken its
Now
toll.
family work,
You know, family
everything.
work, and I really, really miss. Sometimes I dream I really, really miss it. I want to encourage every young person in this church. Once you have the strength, you have the time, you have everything, serve the church. Every one of us have a gift that God has given us. Everybody in this church has a purpose for which God brought you here for, and you better run with it,
Yeah.
so that in future you have a story to tell. In future, you can beat your chest and say that I did this, I contributed to this, I saw this to fruition. You know, you can say something, you know, but not to just come and warm the benches. And I believe, in fact, all the three of us sitting here are sitting here because we've contributed
Mhm.
one way. Anita, how you were so you know, committed to a brigade and all that. I mean, your good works will tell.
Yeah.
And when you do that, I mean, it's not for show off. No, it's not for glory. Because I mean, say one can't if I don't say my own, like nobody really knows. And that is not what you are looking for. You are looking for what? The glory of God. You are looking that this church would have been built on vessels who have made themselves available to be used by God. So let's all avail ourselves to be used by God.
There was a time Keyboards.
Yeah.
He went on social media and just called me out, endorsed me,
Wow.
hardworking. Like,
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I was like, hey,
Yeah.
you know, Keyboards is a big man. I didn't
Yeah.
work for him,
Yeah.
but when whom your man may,
Yeah.
if I'm not an brigade officer, he's seen and okay, endorse him or LinkedIn. I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
So if let's say you were here and you're just warming the pews, nobody will even see you. You wouldn't even say anything about it. Sometimes you post and people will like whatever. Because yes, we are in the same church, but you're not having any impact on me.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't even have to endorse you. For him to have come out to do that, it means he has seen you. And so that is what we are telling every church member. 38 years. And you've been so. It's not being,
Yeah.
the church has done great.
Yeah.
And so all we are saying is that whatever you are doing, make sure you see it to fruition. Make sure you do it with your heart. And Bibi Abeye wo habiano. One contact. People are seeing you all right, but I think the man up there is also seeing you, and he's seeing you better, and he's blessing you. Thank you so much. Sorry, mates. Yeah, sorry, mates. Sorry, you're celebrating birthday. So happy birthday to you too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been wonderful having you, and I would want to have conversation with you again, not just here, maybe outside, so that we can promote PCG better.
Sure.
Thank you for coming. We are grateful. And to everybody watching us, this is PCG legacy. We don't want to play with it. We want to preserve it. We want to hold on to it so that the next generation would also benefit. And yes, you be twemako. You be see ye bibi ma nchiri ma na mo nso munya ho mfaso. Yeda mo ase bebree. Se mo agebre na mo ahwe yim. Thank you.